This is the weekly report for the first week of November 2009. This week we meet Dr. Deborah Hanley, State Training and Exercise Officer. We're here this week with Dr. Deborah Hanley. Deborah, tell us about your new position and your responsibilities at Emergency Management.
My new position is the training coordinator for the state, as well as overseeing the exercises that occur in the state, as well as our participation in national exercises. And so a lot of my responsibility deals with setting up training, developing new training, as well as coordinating with other states. We're trying to bring in other states to work with us on some of our initiatives.
But you've had quite a bit of background with the state team.
Right. I started off with the Division of Forestry 7 years ago, and I've taught classes in fire weather and fire behavior over the past 7 years and helped develop new classes for the state fire teams. And I've also worked at the EOC several years during hurricane seasons, helping out with the hurricane response.
One of the elements that's new this fall is Training Tuesdays. Tell us a little bit about this program.
We brought in Training Tuesday to try and give everybody in the EOC and in our regular positions a chance to get some training that maybe they wouldn't have had a chance to get otherwise. It's a 2-hour block of time during a week where we can take them away from their regular duties and give them a chance to learn some things that maybe they wouldn't normally have time to do.
And with the amount of fresh staff that we get in new training, it's very important. We go back to some of the basics, but can never overlook that element.
Right, we have a significant turnover here, so we need to keep in mind that a lot of people don't know a lot of the basics, and so we try and revisit those basics as much as we can so that everybody is kept up to date.
So training is a very integral part of the division's mission.
Yeah, training is one of the most important things that we do, and our mission right now is to beef up our internal training as well as continue the support we have with external training. We have a training calendar online, and we have all of our contact information is available there as well for any of the state and national training that people may require.
Deborah, thank you.
Thank you.
Mostly dry and fair conditions are expected across much of the state through the weekend. However, those planning a trip to the beach need to be alert for hazardous conditions. Breezy northeast winds along the Florida East Coast today has resulted in a high risk of rip currents for northeast and east central Florida beaches. Winds and ocean swells are forecast to increase even more towards the end of the week and into the weekend. This will likely result in a moderate or high risk for dangerous rip currents at most Atlantic beaches this weekend and into early next week. There are some safety tips you can follow to keep your beach trip fun and safe. Before heading to the beach, check the latest forecast from the National Weather Service at ripcurrents.noaa.gov. Upon arriving to the beach, speak with local beach patrol on current conditions. If beach patrol is not available, look for beach warning flags. If a red flag is flying, swimming is not advised. Looking at the tropics, newly formed Tropical Depression 11 in the southwestern Caribbean Sea is a reminder that hurricane season is not over yet. Tropical Depression 11 is currently located about 890 miles south of Key West, Florida. Hurricane Hunter aircraft will investigate the system today, and it could become Tropical Storm Ida as early as Wednesday evening. The official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center brings the system inland over Central America over the weekend before possibly emerging back into the northwestern Caribbean Sea early next week. At this time, however, it is too early to tell if this will have any impact to Florida next week, but all Floridians are encouraged to remain aware of the situation by going to the National Hurricane Center website or floridadisaster.org.